tough sledding homestand here for you guys. I mean, can you talk about just some positives? I mean, you have plenty of stuff that you can point out to work on just to keep going forward in your conference schedule, okay?
Well, dropping those first four at home, it was tough for us, and we just didn't score enough runs. However, those two teams that beat us are very, very good softball teams, and I thought we had improved a little bit on areas that we were weak during those games. And then yesterday we went on the road again yesterday for two more games, and defensively we were really sharp, and we'd made a couple changes. We finally settled on a shortstop. We've played Danielle Carbajal there for the most part, and we've tried Lauren Cowden there. And then yesterday we went with Kyla Larson there both games, and she had a phenomenal day, fielded everything, has the strongest arm on the team. And so we kind of figured that out. And another positive has been Ashley Hill, because we've lost all of our catchers due to season-ending injuries and so forth. And yesterday Crookston's got two real speedy players in the leadoff spot and the second spot, and they tried to steal 3 times, and she threw all 3 of them out and did a great job. So we're starting to get a few things ironed out. We're about at the halfway point, throughout the season, and kind of have to get a set lineup. The problem is our pitchers play elsewhere when they're not pitching, and Cornejo wasn't able to pitch yesterday, so we had to go with Spencer and Ramirez, and but she's normally a third baseman, but we just DP'd her both games yesterday to try to get her ready for this weekend. But so our defense still is going to shift a little bit at first base and third base now and then, but our outfield's pretty solid now, and we're starting to get things ironed out. Hopefully we can go on the road and get some wins this weekend, although they're a very good team. Sioux Falls is a very, very good team, and hopefully we can hang in there with Southwest and get 1 or 2 there.
How about your second game yesterday? You kind of bounced back from the extra inning first one and get a good solid performance offensively and defensively.
It was a great game all the way around. Ramirez pitched very well. I think they only had 3 hits, maybe 4, and a couple of those were like swinging rollers that just stayed fair, base hits. But she pitched a great game, and she also had a couple big hits where she came up and drove the ball into the gaps for RBIs. And Burdette hit another one, went yard, and we scored 8 runs and got out of there in the five inning job. But that first game, we had runners on second and third many times, and had our chances. Got a couple bad breaks again. Burdette was fielding a ball, and the girl ran into her, and it didn't get called, and a run scored, and it, in our opinion, should be automatically an interference call. But we had some bad breaks there and stuff, and we just couldn't get that big hit, with that first game, and ended up going to extra innings. But it kind of angered the girls a little bit. A couple of the older girls spoke up and said, we need to get with it and come out and really lay it to them this second game, which they did. And I think it was Cornejo that was she's kind of a feisty little rooster, and she doesn't like losing, and she wants to be out there pitching, but her arm won't allow. But she's kind of developed into a little leader, and it was great to see him bounce back that second game.
I'm sure you're not focused any far past this weekend, Coach, but just so we can get a chance to just talk with you about Bottineau. You have them on Tuesday. Can you just speak at all to what type of program or lineup they've had historically, so we can get a preview of them as well?
Yeah, Bottineau's a 2-year school north of here, and we like to give them games if we can. We've had a rain out. We were scheduled for 10 games in Florida, and we only played 9. We've got a couple holes in our schedule. You're allowed 56 games a year, and we had 52 scheduled. And so we're playing Bottineau at home a couple, and Williston also later in the season's coming over for a couple. But we're going to play all our freshmen, sophomores on Tuesday, because that's what they are, is freshmen and sophomores. And that one will be out at the South Hill Complex. And those bench players that we have, the younger girls that don't normally get a lot of at-bats and stuff, I'm sure it'll be a good day for them, because they'll get to start and get to play and get their feet wet and get at-bats, and it'll be a good day for us. So, and also you get to look at the 2-year school's talent around the area, and see if you're someone there you might want to recruit or look at. And so it'll be a good thing all the way around.
Coach, you mentioned the injuries. You're down to the one catcher, and then know, your pitcher is a little banged up. Is your lineup overall, how do you feel about your lineup? Do you feel like your lineup can hang in there, or how, is it getting to a point where it's going to get a little dicey here down the road, or how do you feel about all that?
Well, if we stay healthy from where we are right now, we'll be okay. We've kind of spread out our lineup a little bit. You know, we're putting a better hitter down there in the 7-hole and trying to spread things out, and hopefully the new players that are filtering in can come along. The young lady I spoke of earlier, Kyla Larson, you know, she's hit a lot of hard balls lately, and she was just floating around that 180, 190 mark, and she lined out 3 times this weekend, and yesterday she had 3 big hits, and her average is slowly climbing up. It went over 200, then over 210, and she's hitting the ball hard. So we've moved her up to the 5-hole because she can go yard too. She's got a lot of power in her swing. She's a tall, long hitter with good bat speed. So, and that allows us to move our 5 hitter maybe down to number 7 and spread our lineup out a little bit. The number 2 hole is pretty important for us as well, and we've been jumping that between Ramirez and Cowden. And yesterday we went with Ramirez, and she really responded with great at-bats and 3 or 4 hits as well. So it's kind of a working process. You know, when you lose Sarah Nix, your starting catcher, who can hit them on any park, including Yellowstone, she can hit it a mile. When you lose her, you know, that takes a big hole out of your lineup. She was hitting about 390, and some of these other girls are just going to have to step it up. That's what they're there for. It's like next man up. So, and everybody wants to play too. So, you know, hopefully we can get those younger girls hitting. And Isis Cabral, one of our freshmen, has been hitting very well. She's patient at the plate, and has been doing a good job for us. So, and it bodes well for the future too. You know, we don't have any starting seniors, and with the 3 or 4 girls that we've signed coming in, you know, the future's pretty bright. It's just that having to get through this season with not enough pitching and all your catchers hurt, it's going to be tough for a while.